Hello dear students, përshëndetje të dashur nxënës. Here we meet again in this section. Ja të rritakojmë sërish në këtë pjesë të mësimit tonë. We are going to discuss about how to write a short story or a different kind of email. Në temën e sotme ne do të diskutojmë se si mund të shkruajmë një histori të shkurtër apo edhe një email. You should be opening your student's book on Unit 4F, and we have an email about different kinds of rules there. We are going to read the email and at the same time complete the gaps with have to, mustn't, can or must. As we probably know, këto janë foljet të cilat ne I grupojmë ose bëjmë pjesë tek ato që ne njohim në anglisht si modal verbs and are used in different kinds of situations for different purposes. And here we have the email and I'm going to read that for you. Hi Antonio, I hope you're having a good time. I arrived at the summer camp in Sardinia a few days ago and so far so good. Everyone is very friendly. I made a few friends already and they're pretty cool. It's a very nice place with lots of things to do. So we have to put the modal verb have to in the next part of the paragraph. So we have to get up at 7 a.m. for breakfast and then we have to go to English lesson. So this is a kind of obligatory thing for you to do. After lunch we can do whatever you like, but we mustn't leave the camp without a group leader. So there we put the modal verb or the negative form of the modal verb must. So it is into mustn't. The next sentence is that we can choose from a lot of activities like horse riding, canoeing, and so on. There is a small beach. Yesterday we spent the whole day there, and in the evening we can play games. So here is the idea of what we can do or we can't do, or watch films or just hang out. I'm having a great time, and the only problem is that we must be, so we are obliged to be in bed by midnight. Anyway, you have to or must come next year. You'd love it here. See you soon, Enrico. And we have the first activity of the lesson. We're going to match the signs from A to E to their meanings from 1 to 5. For example, we have different kinds of phrases like nights out, no exit, food serving from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., silence, and use the bins. And from the other hand, we have different kind of full sentences regarding the phrases that we read previously, and we should match them with one another. For example, you shouldn't throw litter on the ground. You mustn't make noise. You can you can have breakfast here. You must be in bed by midnight, and you mustn't use this door. And the possible answers are like, you shouldn't throw litter on the ground, like using bins, so you should use bins for that. You mustn't make noise, so you should be silent. There is silence. You can have breakfast here, and the best answer is that food is served from 10 a.m. to from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and you must be in bed by midnight because lights go out at 12 o'clock, and you mustn't use this door, so there is no exit. There is a note here. So when writing a letter to a friend, we use informal style, including short forms and everyday English or everyday languages and phrases. We have to find informal phrases which mean, I'm writing to describe my experience to you, or I really enjoyed it, and I'm having a good time here, and it isn't very good. So the possible answers of the previous exercise are, I'm writing to describe my experience to you, so I'd like or I'd write to tell you all about it. I really enjoyed it, so it's equal to the idea of it is or it was fantastic. I'm having a good time here, meaning I really love it here, and it isn't very good, so it's awful. And we're going to read the notes about the school exchange trip on page 35 on workbook, and you should be careful while continuing and following us on page 35 on workbook. And then you should imagine that you are part of this trip. You should use the notes and the plan below to write a letter to your English pen friend about your trip. So what do we have here? We have some information about a Hadley School Exchange program, and we're going to use this kind of program in order to make up a kind of text by following these steps that I'm going to mention to you. So we have the arrival in the USA, which is on Saturday morning. The date schedule about that is that you should get up at 7 a.m. Attend American school from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we have a choice of 2 fun activities while doing different kinds of activities every afternoon, and evenings helping with house chores or different kinds of chores, and relaxing with host families that you are going to be part of. But please, you should remember, students must respect the school rules, for example, like no mobile phone in classes. On the first paragraph, while writing your text, you should say where you are when you arrived and why you are writing that. On the second paragraph, you should describe your morning and afternoon activities and what the rules are about that. And on the third paragraph, you should describe where you are staying, what the rules are, and what chores you have to do. On the fourth paragraph, you must include your feelings and your emotions in order to close your letter. And thank you very much.